there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to All the Mods with me, Tryonus. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you all had a good weekend. Sorry I didn't get a video out on Friday. Had a couple of server issues where I kept crashing because of Optifine, and thank you again to the White Tiger for figuring that out. And when I did actually try to record as well, I had a few errors with the recording, and I didn't have time to redo it either. So yeah, the fates were against me. So so it's going to be a bit of a catch-up episode of what I did on that video. Hopefully this video records okay, and then hopefully we'll move on. So if you remember last Thursday, I was getting prepped up to actually build and make the digital miner. Well, on that recording that I did just that, and it's set up going over there. So yeah, this is the digital miner, how it looks and now in the new 1.10 version, and it looks alright. I like the 3 monitors because previously it only had 1 monitor, but it's got 2 power puts now, and at the back it has an output. You can just about see it there underneath the chest, but I couldn't connect one of these to it. I had to connect a chest, and that's the only way I could figure out how to get any items out. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. You can configure it to just do silk. You can just configure it to mine certain ores if you wanted to, or just mine ores, which is kind of cool. It's exactly the same as it was before in 1.7.10 and before, so there's no issues with it. I did upgrade it to have 2 speed upgrades and 8 energy upgrades, so it would run off just 4 turbines, and it's running fairly nicely, as you can see. And we've got quite a few items. So 20 diamonds, which is always nice, a load of coal, load of redstone, some lava crystal blocks, loads of black quartz to get into actually additions now, which is kind of cool. Redstone ore, stuff like that. Let's see what else we've got. Maybe it's gone in this one now. Let's have a look. More coal, redstone, iron. Yeah, no, we're doing absolutely fine. No problems whatsoever. But as you can see, I've got plenty of overflow chests. So, and there's still 1,120 to mine in the 32 block radius that you can actually set it to do. So yeah, this area is probably almost sucked dry. One thing that we have done over the weekend is that we have upgraded the server to its latest version, which is 1.13 now, I think it is 1.13c or something silly on those sorts of lines. So you may notice this flickering or draconium. So that means we do now have Draconic Evolution in this pack, which will be nice to get into eventually, if I ever get into it. Because that's one mod that I always wanted to get into, but I never did for some reason. So yeah, I did that, and then what I did was actually make myself a Minecraft 1.10 boat. Nothing special obviously against that, but it's docked just over here, because I've never used a 1.10 boat before, and these things are very, very cool. I know this is probably old news, but like I say, I haven't used them. I love the ores and how everything works, and I like boats now, which makes a nice change. So yeah, kind of cool. But we went off exploring, and we came up here and we found some boats, and I found this nice island here. Got some nice hillside and things like that, and it's got some weird trees. Well, not necessarily weird trees, but very thick oak and birch trees. It's got a roguelike dungeon on it as well, so we may go over there again. But we also went onto these ships here, or at least we did a couple of them, and we came back with a little bit of loot. Those ships were actually pirate ships with zombie pirates and skeletons, and we came back with a load of gold, skeleton skull, some glowstone armor, and a pirate hat, which isn't too bad if I don't say so myself. It's a silly little thing, but it's worth keeping. So yeah, but I got tons of gold from it. So yeah, if you ever want any gold, go and raid one of those pirate ships. Very, very cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I did on recording, but like I say, it didn't come out right. So yeah. But today, to be quite honest, I could do with chunk loading the digital miner, especially when I have to move it from here to, I don't know, up here, this little island here, something on those sort of lines. Because like I said, digital miners will only do a 32 chunk radius around, so not a big distance, but it's big enough to make it so I'm gonna have to move it once it's done. And when I do move it, I need those areas to be chunked, because obviously if that's over there working and I'm over here working, yeah, you get the idea. It's not gonna be good. So we need to hire someone in a desert way to chunk load for us. We also need to get into extra utilities. Well, we need to get into extra utilities anyway, but to get a chunk loader, the only chunk loader that there is, or the one that I know of in this pack anyway, although there seems to be an chunk loader upgrade from Open Computers, but I don't know Open Computers. But this one, the chunk loading ward, extra utilities 2, which will require sticks, a eye of redstone, and a golden lasso with a villager in it. But you can see under the stars, under contract. So we need an under contract villager. The eye of redstone is a ender pearl, redstone, and a resident ending crystal. I'm hoping I've got a ender pearl somewhere. If not, I may go and borrow one from the White Tiger. It doesn't look like I've got one, but like I say, I might just go and borrow one off the White Tiger. I'm sure you won't mind. But yeah, the main thing is to get a villager under contract. So that means I need my golden lasso. Now, unfortunately, this guy has the toolsmith in it, who I don't think we'll be able to use. We can test it on him, but for now, I'm just gonna put him back here somewhere, just to keep him safe. There we go. That'll keep him safe. Apart from he's in complete darkness, obviously, with room for a mob to spawn, which wasn't very clever of me, was it? There we go. Yep, exactly. But what we need to do to get a under contract villager is to actually make a contract, which is this thing, which is a feather, a paper, glass bottle, and some black dye. So we've got the paper, we've got some black dye, we have a feather and some paper, and I know I called that bottle some paper as well, didn't I? So we can just make the contract. We will try to give it to this toolsmith, but I don't think he's going to accept it. He may turn around and say something else. Let's have a look. Your eyes are too shifty and your nose is too small. In other words, he ain't going to go for it. So we need to make a trip over to the things. Sorry if you can hear the bike. It's got a lawnmower engine on it. It drives up and down a bit. That's what I call it anyway. A scooter with a lawnmower engine. Very noisy. I don't mind scooters and things like that, but I don't understand why people want lawnmower engines in them. If you're going to get a motorbike, why not get something a bit beefier? And even if you're learning how to ride a bike. But that's just me. Right, let's head over to the White Tiger's base. I'm going to see if he's got a ender pearl, because this is his base. I think I've mentioned this before, but I don't think I ever went in it. Like I say, I'm hoping he's got an ender pearl. If not, we're going to be a bit stuck. So let's just rummage through his chests. I'm sure he doesn't mind. have a look. Plenty of food. He's getting into Ender IO, very cool. That's cool as well, I like that. Yeah, he's better than this, than what he knows. Please say he's got an Ender Pearl though. It doesn't look like it. No. Oh well, never mind. We'll have to try and get one later. Maybe he hasn't gone as far down into the dungeon as I thought he had. Right, anyway, we will try and get one earlier. Later even. Oh, his nether portal's in here. Is that why my sounds all went quiet? He's got a nether portal with a muffler on it. Very cool, very cool. I'll have to bear that in mind when I make my nether portal. Hey dude. I'll put that back. You are a librarian now. You might have accepted the contract, but I'm presuming that the tiger wants to keep you safe for emeralds. Which could be a possibility. So we'll have to push you away. See if there's another one available. Let's have a look. Hello, cleric. Now I wonder, will you accept? Nope. Nope. It can take a little bit of time, and finding the right villager can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Let's have a look. Another cleric. Let's have a look. Thanks, but no thanks, Mr. Butcher. I will sign your petition. There we go. So I, a villager number blah 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 blah, also known as the Butcher, being of sound mind and body, do agree to allow my physical spirit and or mental essence to be bound to a physical object and to use any skills that I may currently possess to provide useful services to Tryonus. I agree that my essence shall remain bound to the physical object until either 1. The object is destroyed, the universe ends, the very concept of time and or entropy is destroyed or rendered unintelligible. 4. I get bored of standing around in limbo making weird noises and floating away to the next life, which is unlikely since I make weird noises. Signed, the Butcher. There we go. So he is now under contract, and I just need to capture him, and it will now say villager, Butcher, under contract. So that bit is now sorted. So yeah, you just got to go around and find whichever villager is willing to sign. Oh, excuse me. Whichever villager is willing to sign the petition, and then hopefully you should be alright. But it may take some time. I think I felt fairly lucky there, just finding that one villager. I've nicked another one of White Tiger's villagers. Have you noticed? He's not going to be happy with me. Right, so really all I need now is a Ender Pearl, which could take a little bit more doing, but I will try to find one on my way back home. If not, maybe not be able to do this today. Just got to make his way back home. Try to keep an eye open for any Endermen that may be around. However, Minecraft Rule 101, when you need one, they won't be around. No, doesn't look like we're going to fall lucky with the Enderman, but we've got a little bit of a start. I would really prefer to end this episode to actually making the item, though. So give me a few minutes. I'm going to see if I can find an Enderman to kill, and we'll see if we can get an Ender Pearl sorted. So I'll be back with you very, very shortly, hopefully. Okay, welcome back. I'm sorry to report that I did not find an Enderman overnight. Like I said to you, Rule 101. They don't turn up when you need them. However, I did come across another forest in another area that I haven't explored, which was just over here, and it's got some of those trees that I mentioned earlier, these big thick trees here with creepers in them, and I think they look kind of cool. There's another roguelike dungeon over here as well, just to make a change. So maybe I'll be better off trying to raid one of those, which I probably won't record because you've seen me do them before, unless something interesting really happens, which I'd rather do that with the White Tiger and have a battle and conversation with him while I'm doing it, rather than just running it solo like I've done a few times before. But unfortunately, oh look, another roguelike. Wow. But unfortunately no ender pearl, which means I can't make this trunk loader, which is rather annoying. I don't think there is a way to craft an ender pearl. Ender fragments, ender pearl powder, which is ender pearls, nebulous heart, which you get from an enderman if you're lucky, and a block of ender pearl is something that you craft. Dragon's eye. It might be might be able to find a stronghold which might have one, or a villager. Mana infusion, dragon's eye. I presume that's a drop. Oh, we get into calculator and try and make it with some iron, which might not be a bad idea. But yeah, unfortunately I can't actually find an enderman. Like I say, rule 101 hits again. So anyway, I'm going to have to end this episode here because I'm running out of time for this morning. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please remember to hit the like button, and if you've got any comments, suggestions or tips, feel free to put that in the comment section below, even if it's just a case of saying hi. But regardless, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.